Getting a little warm up in here. Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineup now. That underway. Starting lineup brought to you by Klotz Synthetics, Klotz Lubricants. Aaron McMorrin out of Las Vegas in the 22 on the pole with Sam Jacks, also from Vegas, in the 29 alongside.
Peyton Saxton, first time in 5 years behind the wheel of that number 25 of any race car, for that matter, other than a Legends car to Las Vegas. And Stephen Brucker in that beautiful black number 2B out of Alpine, California, makes up row 2.
Tracy, California, Scott Winters in the 24A, and Shelby Strobel out of Kuna, Idaho, in the 24 in row 3.
Colorado National Speedway track champion on the 24G, Nathan Gasser, in one of the red 24s we have in the field, clumped together. Outside of him, the 11 of Jeff Longman of Lehigh, Utah.
Then it's Kyle Jacks out of Las Vegas in the 41, and Rich Lindgren out of Pleasant Grove, California, the 27L.
I got a pair of 27s in the field as well. We'll keep it all square. Edward Vecchiarelli and his son are racing in this event. He's in the black, white, and black 18. To his outside is that black number 66 of Eric Reed. Looking forward to him to move forward out of Bountiful, Utah.
Then it's Las Vegas is Brian Reed in the 14X, and Andrew Richardson out of Meridian, Idaho, in the 79.
Hard to miss Kyle Callan's white and pink numeral 57. Pink chrome numbers, I love it. Outside of her, the 0Z, Scott Osborne in that black car out of Las Vegas.
Lynn Hardy out of Salt Lake City, Utah, brought the 4 to Vegas. And Jimmy Petrie out of Henderson, Nevada, in the 1.
See, a B-main winner, Eddie Secord, makes up the inside of the next row. To his outside, also transferring out of California, Ian Elliott in the 27.
And finishing off here, last couple of rows, Chris Cook out of Utah in the 2, Jason Quayle in the 12 out of Twin Falls, Idaho. Then C.J. Wilson out of Penrose, Colorado in the 9, Zach Webster out of Utah in the 29W, Jeremy Hill out of Colorado, and the rest of the field. Here we go. Green flag waiting, and we're underway. And that last car was Rosalie Weller in the 56 at the back of the field. Side by side down the back straightaway into the sun at turn 3. Top 2 holding position right now as the yellow comes out with a car up to the wall in turn 2, and another one in the middle of turns 1 and 2 over here.
Couple of cars go around.
That's the 29W.
Zach Webster outside turn 2 taking the gloves off. And that car, left side tire impact.
The 12, that should be Jason Quayle.
He was also a transfer from the B main. So that was mid-pack and back of the pack. 2 cars involved here on the outset. Webster a transfer out of the B main as well. They started in the second to last rows together on the outside. The 12 of Quayle on the outside row 11, and Webster outside row 12 after transferring from the B main.
And another car, Jim, here. Already down the ramp, it looks like.
That is the work area. So rolling off the track is okay in the mods. We see that car wobbling, though. We see it wobbling. That's not a good sign either.
No.
Modified series. Back in 2014, 15, 16, it was a really healthy series here on the West Coast. It went away, but McMorrin said it's a lot like how that feels with this caliber of a field. A lot of damage being addressed here quickly in the pit area, in the work area by Jason Quayle's team. What you got there, Ashton?
Yeah, I got a good look at this swell machine. Lots of work being done to it. The left rear side body paneling completely bent in. They're going to work on bending that back out as they also changed the left rear tire, working on bending that body paneling back out, as well as the back end body paneling on the top. Lots and lots of damage to this race car. It's definitely going to affect the aero and how it drives out there on the racetrack, but the crew quickly working to get it fixed enough to finish out the rest of this race.
Oh, wow. They're taking a long look at the left rear now. It's paired up on the back stretch behind the pace car now, double file. And there's Webster's 29. In the work area, but not a whole lot of work going on all of a sudden with that tow truck still connected. Helmet's coming off.
Ashton, can you tell us anything about the 29?
Possibly leaking fluid down here. Lots of crew members up under the end of that race car. They're looking at the front axle right now, but helmet is off for the 29 machine. Lots of nose damage as well, going to be done for the night.
McMorrin, first one into the throttle. To the green, and we're underway. McMorrin will lead him off 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, prongs on the back stretch. We're piling him in.
Eric Reed His weekend has gotten longer. That's the car that was literally destroyed on Thursday, that black 66. They rebuilt it, reskinned it. Had to start well back in the field. And now, a lot more to worry about.
Pieces and parts laying on the track. Looks like a Nerf bar.
That's here in the front stretch. Leaving some souvenirs here.
Here's the replay. Let's watch a little deeper in the pack here.
So Reed kind of comes across the nose a little bit of the 14. Just rides it out here. It had nowhere to go. Got locked up.
And then where's Petrie?
Right here in the middle, the red and white car.
Yep. Locked up, sliding.
Had nowhere to go.
Nope.
Two cars, one on each side. Rolled into it. There's the work being done by the crew plus 10. Get Quayle's car back out. Reed's down and away.
I think Ashton has an update for us.
More cars starting to roll down here, and it is getting busy. The right rear side of the 14 machine completely bent in. They will have to bend that back out to avoid some tire rub on that machine. But I did get a good look at the 66 machine. They were worried about the left front side, but the crew took a good look at it and said, "You're fine," finished out the rest of the race, and they sent him back out on the racetrack.
Getting ready to go green. Back at it.
McMorrin, Jax. Two drivers that know this racetrack very well.
Everybody cleanly through 1 and 2. And if we can get through 3 and 4, we're going to get our first lap in the books. And we do. McMorrin out in front, leading them down the backstretch.
Peyton Saxton looking like he's never stepped out of the car. He's been crewing on a lot of cars and doing some Legends testing and some racing and helping others. But, man, he's looking good now. In second outright, that black and red, number 25, Steve Giannini, giving him the steering wheel for the weekend.
And it's Jax, Brucker, and Strobel. And now 2-3 cars around over in turns 1 and 2.
Purple and white 79, Andrew Richardson out of Meridian, Idaho. The 0Z, Scott Osborne out of Vegas. One other car with a couple of body panels peeled back, or perhaps they're additions to his left side of the number 2, the white 2 of Chris Cook.
Let's go to Ashton.
The 14X pulled back into the pits. I got an update on what happened to that machine. Back bumper completely torn off, as well as they were worried about the air intake, some fluid down here on pit road. So the 14X team decided to pull it in for the night.
Well, these cars are built. These modifieds are pretty special. Oh, more damage left front down now on the 2 of Cook.
Ashton, what do you have?
Yeah, looked like a lot of damage when this car pulled down onto pit lane, but thankfully the crew does not think so. Just quick rip of the body panels off and change of the left rear tire, and they should be good to go.
Pace car's off. McMorrin first into the throttle, and we're racing once again.
This time, Jax on the outside. Sam Jax, 2 Vegas racers trying to figure things out, and Jax pulls in line.
And they come to the line and put another lap in the books. Beating and banging on each other, leaning down here in turns 1 and 2, a little deeper in the field, in that group in there. Oh boy, one car getting sideways there in the middle of all that. It looks like the 11 car of Longman.
Jeff Longman,
yeah,
yep.
Out of Utah.
He had some motor issues, was not able to race in his heat race last night, so good to see that he got a chance to race in this one. And a car pulling up off of turn number 4.
Yeah, and I think he's going to get stuck up there. Well, that'll bring out a yellow again.
Talk about close contact, these open wheel cars. Looks like a tire down. The All-American Speedway regular in Roseville.
You know a guy that used to be the PA announcer there.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
McAnally now owns, what, 4 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series trucks and a couple of NASCAR West, now ARCA Menard Series West teams.
Yeah.
11-time champ, I think, in the West.
Yeah.
Tim Huddleston now taking things and making it right at All-American Speedway in Roseville. What were the divisions when you were there announcing?
Had midgets there on occasion. McMorrin with another good start.
Scotty Winters moved up on the outside in the first of the 3 red 24 cars. Take that back. It's not Winters. It's not Winters. Shelby Strobel started the Supermod race in that beautiful number 6, rolling in there. Get some help to the corner by Winters on the bottom. Side by side now, Winters on the top. That's the red car with the yellow trim.
Rucker's having a good run in that 2B. Black car with the yellow numeral 2 on the side, sitting in third. Right there, pushing Jax, but getting a lot of pressure from behind by Saxton.
Yeah, Payne's got a great run into the corners, just can't get off as well. Hard on the wall, turns
2
forward.
cars. 3 cars now as another one slides up.
Gasser on the wall, Winters in a heap in the middle of the racetrack.
Well, that was a big hit.
It appeared they might have locked bumpers going into turn 3 and just could not get off each other. Outside the top 4 or 5 cars, look at them coming now, 3 wide to 2 wide. Winters coming down into turn 3.
Oh, boy.
Climb and go. See, that's the difference here on this back straightaway. It's not a traditional oval. It's got a big arc to it.
Yes, it does. It's D-shaped.
It looks like they narrowed to the same point in the same moment. Watch this from this angle.
You see them both going down there, and it's just same piece of real estate.
Yeah. Might have been a full groove down there, but Gasser might have had to put the lefts on the flat and didn't want to do it. Stayed in his lane, and they made contact and was on from there.
Activity continuing back in the work area. Getting a little chilly out there.
Heating up on the track here, 9 laps in. The modified feature rolls back to the green flag.
Again, Aaron McMorrin first into the throttle and trying to hang on to the lead coming off the 2. He will do so for now.
Stephen Brucker, that black car on the outside, trying to hold his line down, trying to hold down the number 29 of Jax. Sam Jax on the outside, Peyton Saxton on the outside as well. Up the middle, the lone remaining 23 on the 24 on the racetrack. It's Strobel, Shelby Strobel.
And that's a heck of an accomplishment because there was about 35 24s in the pit area earlier this weekend. Brucker slips back to third. Jax now trying to close back up on McMorrin to see if we can get a battle going here for the lead.
Entering the mix is that beautifully multicolored number 41 of Kyle Jax, the older brother of Sam Jax. Both Jax now in the top 5. Kyle's in the 41, chasing down Saxton now for 5th.
Yeah, watching Jackson, that 41 there, battling with, one more car rolling
Ian Elliott
up,
hit the front stretch wall. Ian Elliott out of it.
At least we stay green. And the gap between first and second, just half a second right now. "15 laps finally completed in this one, and the gap between first and second holds at a half a second."
Brucker back in third, settling in now as the leaders have a little bit of a gap here. Strobel, Jax, Saxton, and the B main transfer, Eddie Secord, and the 84. Hello, he's up to 7th.
And McMorrin adds 2/10 to the lead now as he gets to 0.7 between him and Jax.
Secord started back in 19th position. Yes, there were a couple of cars that had some spins, but he's on the move forward.
So a quick look at the battle for 12th, Richardson and Lindgren. Richardson in the 79 holding the position. Saxton in the 25. Right behind Jax. That's 5th, 6th, 7th. Secord there. Secord in the 84.
He told our Ashton Smythe after he won the B main, I know the car is rolling now. He had a little issue yesterday in the heat race. That car looks really good. The last car in this line, that white 84.
Well, that track is going to be changing for these drivers. When they started this event, it was in bright sunshine. Now the sun completely down, the track completely in the darkness, the shadows, and the track lights are coming on. So it's going to cool off in a hurry here, Jim, with 55 laps remaining. Brucker still in third in that 2B.
That's number 27 of Ian Elliott, who went to the pits. Again, the pits are open on the outside of the racetrack to be a work area. Back on the track, I thought the right front got pretty well knocked off the toe of Elliott, but he remains now a lap down or more on the outside of the leaders as they go past him on the inside. Kyle Jackson, the number 41. Representing the Battle-Born Racers. That's the racing chassis, very popular here in the weekly modifieds at Las Vegas Bull Ring.
See Strobel in the 24 just in front of Jax. Jax in the white 41. And then Saxton behind them in that red 25. Secord there. And it's Elliott in between, who's a lap down. Actually, 7 laps down is Elliott.
McMorrin has had his chances, and he's used every opportunity to break away with the lead. This is the longest period of green flag racing we've had, but through traffic events, his car is really dialed in here at his home track.
He is, but that traffic costs him a 10th. Well, this one finally settling down a little bit, and the guy's doing some racing.
The number 12 of Qualion officially 2 laps down. Back in 19th, trying to hang on to finish this one. And this is our, perhaps a bit of a surprise, the number 2 of Chris Cook out of Orem, Utah. I'm sorry, that's Steven Brucker out of Alpine, California. The first non-regular racing here at the Bull Ring, up in third.
Coming up right after this, of course, will be the Open Wheel Showdown main event for the Wing Sprint Cars. 100 laps for $50,000.
The leaders have broken away. Oh, caution.
Yep. 1 to the infield.
Literally.
Literally. That's Petrie.
Was involved in the incident early on the backstretch that Eric Reed was involved in. Reed's return to the racetrack. Petrie's return to the racetrack. Can keep track of that. They'll let their drivers know there's urgency here.
Let's check in with Ashton again.
Quali back down here again. More tape being added to the back end of that race car. They're a little bit worried about the body panel, and hopefully it will hold on for the rest of this race. But lots of tape being added, and he'll be sent back out.
Single file on this restart for the first time in the modifieds. And here we go.
McMorrin's been pretty good on those restarts, hasn't he?
Good, steady launch. Straight and true, no wobble or weave in that line whatsoever. Been dialed in since he got here. Was the fast qualifier on Friday. Won his heat race on the front row starting spot. And now leads the field from the pole to this point. Yet to be headed. Jax is in 4th. Strobel in 5th. Saxton is now in 5th. Secord up to 6th in the white number 84.
And you get Hardy, Reed, and Vecchiarelli rounding out the top 10.
Reed's been looking on Hardy the last couple laps. Make some contact there. That red and white number 4. That's Eric Reed in the black 66. Wearing the black hat, using the bumper to get on past.
little smoke out the back of the 66. Storming past our speed cam. See Saxton in the 25 still working with Strobel. Strobel's in the 24, just in front of him in the 5th position.
Now we just saw Saxton's car break loose a little bit off of turn 2. Tire wear certainly becoming a concern.
The 18 of Vecchiarelli right there. Hardy just in front of him in 9th. Vecchiarelli sits in 10th. Lundgren in the 27L holds down the 11th position.
And Eric Reed not done yet. Spin and recover, chasing down Eddie Secord now. Good battle here. For 7th, Secord has to give the inside line.
Seven laps remaining with McMorran out front. I think he's led every single lap, hasn't he?
And every good restart. I mean, the restarts have been spot on. He has been really good tonight.
Yes. Coming up to 35 laps to go.
There's our leader. Full second advantage on second running, Sam Jacks. Sam was able to race here at his home track and travel. Second in regional standings. His brother Kyle was a driver that raced here and finished second in the most recent modified race at the end of the season last year. Kyle's back there in the number 41, the team car in 4th.
Jim, am I seeing a little bit of a puff of smoke out of the back of the 22, our leader? Let's see if we get a shot of the back end of that car, our lead car. Let's watch him going into the corners a couple of times here. Hard to see from that angle.
Oh, there it is. Is it when he gets back on the gas?
I'm not sure.
Right in the center of the corner that
There
time.
it is again. Let's see. Yep, you can see it.
Oh, boy. That could be anything.
I hate to be right about that.
As good as that car is turning.
It was definitely back in the throttle at that point in 3 and 4, where it puffed back out.
That was not the white car that's slow. That was Qualley going back to the pits. Secord is also racing in a white car, so getting that all squared away on the speed shot. It's the 22 that we're watching here, the race leader from the outset, McMorran.
30 laps to go.
Puff on the gas.
Well, now the drama builds for McMorran. And I don't know if he would be aware of that. Depends on what the problem is. If he's hearing or feeling something else in there. The 25, Saxton into the infield. Looks like he's done.
Was running 7th, was up as high as 3rd on the initial run. The wrench turn racer again. Sexton in the infield and done.
There's Jax rolling along in 2nd. Too far back to know what's going on to the leader.
That body damage on the number 4, I think, started with Eric Reed doing a tap, tap, and go. The wind, I think, is the downforce of the air is taking care of the rest of that body work. Clicking things down here in the modified race.
Yep, 25 laps remaining.
McMorran's puff has not gained in size or volume that we can see or hear.
He, of course, the one driver hoping the clock is ticking down quickly.
Going into some traffic now.
He certainly hasn't changed his attack, if you will. He's running as hard now as he did early on in this race.
Yeah,
so
good point, yeah.
Whatever's happening back there, he's either not aware of it or it's not hindering his lap time.
Passing Jeremiah Hill on the 3, a B main transfer. Next up is Rosalie Weller in the 56. She also made it in by racing through the B main. Could this lap traffic prove to be an advantage for the 29 of Sam Jacks, who got a little bit sideways off of turn number 4, closing in now.
McMorrin's got to be a little cautious here getting through traffic. Don't put yourself in a position where the car in front of you doesn't know you're there and cuts down on you.
And these cars he's getting by are being lapped for the very first time, so it's a new adventure for them to be told, hey, here come the leader, as they're racing for position themselves. That's the 11 of Longman trying to race Weller for 13th.
He's got 3 cars now between him and Jack, so he did a good job getting through that traffic.
Three cars is a lot, because this is Jack's putting the knock and go on the 56 of Weller.
And adjusting the rear bodywork on that car as well.
And Hardy has slowed a bit, enough to be a single file run. He was side by side there with Longman for quite a while. For position, he's off the pace now in the number 4. Sideways off the corner as well in the red and white car. It's Eric Reed trying to chase down for a top 5 run on Shelby Strobel. Nicknamed Cupcake across the window on the 24 of Strobel. Brought 2 cars here, tested them both on Thursday to Strobel. Got a chance to race a super modified as well this weekend, so a big open wheel coming out party for Strobel in the 24. Get some chances at some really good rides. 2 really good modifieds he brought here today as well.
15 laps remaining.
McMorrin at turn number 3, didn't see a puff that time. McMorrin is on the run. Jax is in second. No lap cars between them. It's a big 2-second difference. Leader to second.
We just might make it on the clock in the laps here, Jim, as we close in on 10 to go.
Eric Reed in the black 66. He's really closed in on Strobel in the number 24. Both trying to get around Hardy in that red and white number 4. That car's seen a lot. Driver's just hanging on, and Strobel trying to get around him. Allowed Reed to close here. 5th and 6th now in the backstretch.
Keep looking at that 66, and for some reason, the way those letters are on the back, it reminds me of the sucker car that Jim Hall designed, the Chaparrals. You remember that car?
Oh yeah, 1980 Indy 500 winner with JR.
Yeah, for some reason, that the way the 66 on there makes it look like the back end of the Chaparral, which was all white as opposed to black. But anyway, 7 to go.
They call that thing the vacuum cleaner. There's much downforce that got from underneath that undercarriage.
The things you think about when it's taken a while to get this one in.
Yeah. Clicking out the laps though, McMorrin's not slowing down.
No, again, that puff is still there, but it has not impacted how he's attacking this race. He hasn't lifted at all.
That lead continues to be 1.9 seconds. Same speeds. Jax has to be happy with his speed, but just can't close in on the leader. Lap traffic irregardless here, as there's 1 car between the 2.
Oh, and the 66 is slowing. Oh, get out of the way now quickly.
Confirmation this was a backup car. It was running really good.
We want to get these last 4 laps in. Don't stop. Oh, and the yellow is out with 4 to go. 3 to go. One other car struggling over here.
Vettorelli trying to get back to the pits, is not able to do so. Reed is limping along. As Vettorelli, that front end's knocked out of it. Not able to steer it into the pits if he tried. If he does, great, but that front end is all towed out.
Well, I'm told we have reached the 45-minute mark, so not sure what the decision will be here from our officials, if we will get the last 4 laps in under green, or if they will just call it from here. We have that 100-lap wing sprint car race yet to go.
Sam Jacks has won a Super Stocks championship here. He's the driver that's running with the best shot at unseating McMorran here in the late going.
All right, the lights are off.
Let's see if he can do it here. See if he has that Super Stocks knowledge. Pulling one out here. This is the last chance he'll get to unseat McMorran.
See what Aaron can do here.
McMorran rolling into the restart area, picking up some speed here.
Coming to the line. Big burst of throttle, and we're underway. Racing to the checker here.
McMorran got Jacks just where he wanted him. Jacks had to spin the wheels a little bit, trying to keep pace. And that's the difference into turn 3 already.
Bumping and banging as they battle for 4th, but the top 3 are all in a line and taking another lap. Well, that wasn't what we were told, but that's what we're doing.
Kyle Jacks trying to hang on here in the 5th position. 2 cars trying to get that spot away from him late in the going.
Looks like we're going to get all 4 laps because there's no white flag yet, so we just do as we're told, Jim.
Yes, sir.
This will be the white flag lap coming up. There it is. White flag waving for Aaron.
McMorran, no puff that time. Half a lap away from a big payday.
Aaron McMorran weathered the storm. 75 laps. Checkered flag falls. He got every restart right. Big puff of smoke out of the back of the car. No problem. Handled it all. He takes the win in the modified portion of the open wheel showdown.
Top 2 from Vegas, the 3rd driver from California. Bragging rights for the Las Vegas locals in the modifieds.
McMorran's going to use up whatever rubber is left on those tires. A little bit of a celebration here in the front stretch.
Clean sweep of the weekend. Fast time, won his heat, led every lap in the A.
Pretty good. And he's out of the car, Aaron McMorran. Taking the win here in the main event for the modifieds. TJ Clark there for a big hug and congratulations. Family and friends coming in. So they got a lot of people to see here today. And Ashton's there as well. Take it away.
Hugs all around for Aaron McMorran. Everyone down here, smiles plastered across their faces. Cheers happening with him and his crew. One more piece of business to get done here. Aaron, wow. You did it. You won the whole thing, and in such a dominating fashion, bell to bell, every single lap you led. How'd you get that done?
Oh, man. Everybody I surround myself with, whether it's, I'm going to cry, I'll be honest. Whether it's at the racetrack, my personal life, my son's got a bunch of his friends who are family to me. Man, I've been waiting on one of these big wins for a really long time.
Having all these guys down here with you to celebrate, what does that mean for you? How exciting is this moment?
It's awesome, man. You know, I'm getting older. I haven't raced as much lately. And, you start to question whether or not you still got it, and I think we still got it.
Big win here. What are you going to do with the bragging rights? How are you going to transfer this into your next season?
No idea. The plan was to go to run in Florida for the Snowball Derby with their modified show. Now that I got a $5,000 check, maybe my car owner want to do that again.
Aaron McMorrin gets it done here at the 2024 Open Wheel Showdown in such a dominating fashion.
Well, that'd be a big undertaking, Jim, to go all the way east to Pensacola and run there at Five Flags.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there.
Yeah, I know you will.
On the coverage, it's going to be awesome if he gets a chance to race the modifieds.
I know you're pumped. He would be a strong contender from the West Coast back there for sure.
Big time. There's the trophy. Roulette wheel works on there. Bitnow folks are there with him as well. Well-earned victory, and the $5,000 check stays here in Vegas.
Let's go here from second place now.
Sam Jacks down here after a second place run. Sam Jacks after the modified feature. You really came to life in that second half long green flag run. Were you happy with how the car felt?
Yeah, the car was pretty good. I really don't have a whole lot of complaints. It went right where I wanted to, and when you come out here with a big motor deal, it's all a game of just keeping the rear tires under the car, and that was everything I had there at the end.
If you had one more caution, do you think you maybe could have done something more in a restart?
Yeah, it's hard to make a bunch of hypotheticals. I might have got a little better restart. That last restart was pretty crazy because I thought I was spinning bad, and I looked up, and Aaron was spinning pretty good too. But no, it was a good run. It's great racing guys like that. That was a pretty stiff race, pretty stiff competition.
Sam Jacks comes home with a second place finish here at the Open Wheel Showdown.
Solid performance for him. And sprint car is getting pushed out onto the racetrack. And let's go here from third.
Rounding out the podium, Steven Brucker. Let's talk about that late race caution. Probably not what you wanted to see, but you took advantage of it. What was going through your head when you saw that caution flag fly?
Just to end the race. That was what was going through my head. I think the distributor came loose around lap 25, I think. I'm not really sure because it was just sputtering and spitting the whole 3/4 of that race. So, yeah, I felt like we had a really good car all weekend long. Steve Teets, Johnny Blodgett, Dave RC, Fitron Software all gave me a great car this weekend. Just really sucks what could have been. I think we had a shot to contend with Aaron for a win, and not much you could do when you're running 3/4 throttle for 50 laps or whatever it was. So we're going to go back, do our homework. We'll come back next year, be better.
Steven Brucker rounds out the podium tonight after the modified feature.
Well, that's a pretty significant issue, and if you've got that kind of a problem, yet you still come home on the podium, sometimes you got to say, okay, we're going to be happy with that one, and we'll go figure out what was wrong.
Yeah, and he's just talking to his crew. You can see the gestures there about what it felt like, and they'll get to work on it.
Yep.
Good to see a great finish, a great way to cap off a season for that California racer.